Hi, Tony Margaritelli here, Chairman at ICPA. It's February, all our tax returns have been done, my own tax has been paid. I think it's time for another one of my ICPA blogs. As I say, it's February, and like all good accountants, that's basically the start of a new year now that we've finished all our wretched tax returns. So we're there checking our diaries, planning our year ahead. I'd like to bring a few things to your attention, some conferences that are coming up that I think you're going to want to get tickets for and get booked in sooner rather than later. Starting in May, we have in London at the Excel Centre, Accountex 2016. I'll be there with my team from the ICPA, as will virtually anybody and everybody who has anything to do with accountancy. So if you want to find out the latest in the cloud, if you want to check your software, if it matches up with the competition that you're using, if you're thinking about changing your software, if you want to go on marketing lectures to pick up some tips, Accountex is a place probably for you to go. So get that in your diary. As I say, it's in May, not certain of the exact date, but you can check it out. Regarding the ICPA, let me put a plug. We're taking our conference this year in London in June, followed by Manchester in September. We've got an absolute stellar lineup of presenters for you, and I'm going to read them off the sheets just in case I miss any of them, because I don't want to miss any of them, they're that good. From London, we've got Steve Checkley, he of BASDA and TaxCalc. We'll be talking about APIs and everything to do with digital. We're going to have Mr. Investment himself, Roddy Cohn, the Sky TV go-to guy for financial advice. We've got a new chap, new to the ICPA that is, but might be well known to a few of you, Mr. Simon Chaplin, known affectionately around the country as Socks Up Simon. One, you don't want to miss that guy. Then we've got Ben Chaplin, MD at TaxWise, who'll be telling us all about what's happening in the world of investigations. Later on, we're going to have Frank Woods, he of the Bank Stream Confidence Index. He'll be telling us if we should be having any confidence this year. And then we're going to close with a keynote speaker, basically the legendary Mr. David Oliver, who will be looking very closely at marketing hints and tips and techniques, and of course what's going on in the world of tech. And in Manchester, the lineup's equally as good. We've got Dan Richards from My Firm's app, he who stacks out Accountex every year. I've seen him, he absolutely stacked the place out. We've got Simon Palmer from QTAC, who'll be telling us everything we need to know about auto enrollment. We've got Amanda Chadwick from Peninsula HR, who, as I say, is the only person I know who can get a laugh out of HR. We've got Steve Checkley, who'll be reprising his London presentation up in Manchester. We've got Richard Sims from Leicester, who'll be giving us the latest insights in money laundering. And then we'll have a keynote presentation from Mr. Mark Lee. So, as I say, a tremendous lineup of speakers. Don't miss these events. They're in June and September, London and Manchester. Go to the website www.icpa.org.uk, check out the dates and book tickets. It's as cheap as chips, and you're going to get lunch thrown in and drinks throughout the day. Following on from us, one more I think you need to get, but unfortunately they haven't actually put a date out yet, but keep a look on the Accounting Web website for Practice Excellence 16. It's always a good conference to go to. Lots of lively ideas, lots of things going on. The date's not actually been set, but I know it's good because obviously I've got a bit of inside knowledge on that one, and there's lots of things going on there that you're going to want to be part of. So please, as I say, keep your eye on the Accounting Web website, and of course it will be announced on the web for the dates of Practice Excellence 2016. As I say, it's February 16. What is it I think we can expect from HMRC in the coming year? Well, let's be honest, last year they didn't exactly cover themselves in glory with their attitudes towards accountants, and I would sincerely hope that this coming year we would find that they actually did go out of their way to recognise the value and the work and effort that accountants up and down the country put into the tax system to help make it work. If they just drove around and looked at all the lights on throughout the months of January late at night, as accountants everywhere struggled to get the figures in on time to save their clients fines, I think maybe they would soften their attitude a tad. Last year, it definitely was a case of HMRC don't really like us, do they? And this year I'd hope that maybe they would try and soften this approach. We know we're going to be bombarded with a whole welter of all things digital, and as a profession we're prepared for that. I mean, we're not naysayers. We fully understand the value digital brings to the whole of our profession, and we're not going to react against it. What we are reacting against and what we don't want is digital and tech that doesn't work. But as regards the attitude, I say I would hope that HMRC would be a little bit more respectful and a little bit more understanding as to what goes on in the world of accountancy and how we add value to the whole system. We could start with just one thing that's come out just now that literally does get my go. This is, of course, the situation where, because we are behind our clients in digital at the moment, in that we are not allowed access to certain things that clients can individually have access to. And is it therefore no surprise that our clients want us to do what we can, and sometimes we need to help them, and the only way we can do that is to log on as them. And yet HMRC send out things like this, which I'll read to you, which really, as I say, does get my go. It was referring to the new P11D benefits, and it says, you know, this is the final paragraph. Agents should not try to access personal tax accounts on behalf of a client. Anyone logging in, whether an agent or other person, using another customer's credentials will potentially raise a security alert. Safeguards are built into our systems to protect our customers online. If an alert is triggered, this may impact on the progress of submitting a client's return and delay any repayment due. Now, if your client asks you to sort out P11Ds via the payroll, and that means you have to go in and log in using their credentials, I do not think for one moment that we should turn around and say, no, I can't do that because it may well start a security alert. I think HMRC are being a tad disingenuous with us about this, and I think it's, as I say, I just wish they would soften their attitude, and if they wanted to, they could put out something along the lines of, you know, we understand this may happen, but try and keep it to the minimum, etc., etc. But no, to just put it that way, I think just shows that they are trying to be, how shall one put it, a little bit tough, but I don't know who they're trying to be tough towards. Anyway, let's hope that this coming year we see a change in revenue attitude. Do I believe it will happen? Not sure.